Hey guys, welcome back to the brake shop. We're on the road to Power Tour, about a month out. We have two cars on parallel tracks. One you're familiar with, being the S10, and the other one is this one. What do we got?
This is a 1968 Chevy Camaro. Let's take a little tour. So this is my 1968 Camaro. I've had it since I was 18. And it's had a lot of lives since I've had it. It was my daily driver for a long time. Then it was a race car for a long time. And now it's set for a long time. But this year I've decided to get it back and running for the Hot Rod Power Tour. And you're coming with me.
How many years did you daily drive it for?
About 7 years.
In total?
About 9 or 10 years.
Okay. What we got under the hood?
So this is actually matching numbers, 307 V8. And it's hooked to a 204R transmission.
204, that's the overdrive transmission?
It's going to have an overdrive. That's the first time this car's actually had overdrive. It was a Power Glide when it was a race car. It was a Turbo 350 when it was a daily driver. Now it's going to be a cruiser. I'm going to try and just restore it nice. And it's going to be a cruiser, highway, and eventually this 307 is going to go away. I have a Vortec 350 go in its place. And it's going to maybe just a beefy cruiser. They can go to the track, go to the strip, take on the autocross, anything I want to do with it.
Just good burnout car, good cruiser.
Good cruiser.
What's the ring and pinion in the rear end?
411.
What do we got out back? 8.5?
It is an 8.2 10 bolt.
8.2.
411 gears.
Well, there's no disguising. It has set for a minute.
If you've seen the wiring under the hood, it was wired to move, not to drive. So that's one of the things we're going to be fixing before we hit it on Power Tour next month.
How many years has it sat for?
Maybe 6.
6 years. No spoiler?
I need a whole deck lid.
Oh, you know what? I think the spoiler's in the other garage.
The spoiler is in the other garage.
That's right, I forgot about that. Wheels?
I'm thinking about not using the spoiler though. I'd like to find a deck lid without a spoiler.
Wheels? Are we going to run these or are we going to do something different?
We're going to run these on the Power Tour, but I do have a set of 4 15x7-inch Chevy Rallies. And maybe right after Power Tour, maybe before our Street Rod Nationals, we may have a video of restoring the 15x7-inch Rallies. Now here's part 2 of the video. This is the S10. You've seen it on the channel plenty of times. It's going on Power Tour also.
Hopefully.
It looks like it's in pretty good shape, except...
Uh-oh.
This thing is in parts purgatory. We got so much parts on order of this thing, and we're just waiting for them.
Okay guys, transparency. We actually have most of the video filmed of this thing being disassembled. We thought we'd be able to like slam it back together in just a few days. Yeah, it only gets worse.
The engine is barely sitting in this thing.
All right, let's do the rundown. What happened to it?
So we bought the transmission that went in this thing, was purchased with unknown condition. It did go through all the gears initially, but eventually it did fail.
So what are we replacing with?
So now we're replacing it with a Turbo 350.
Ah.
A little bit more common that would go into an S10 V8 swap.
Yeah, a little more traditional. And as I noticed before, we have something going on back here. All right, bed's off for what reason?
We have the bed off because we are swapping out, and I think we've mentioned this on a video prior, using a GM 8.5 at a S10 ZR2. And we've had to narrow the rear end to fit in the chassis.
And yours got parts ordered?
We've got new axles ordered. We got vent tubes ordered. We got the brakes on. We got the brakes here, but we don't have the rear end ready to go yet.
So you were having to do a shortening of it?
Plus we also had to make a drive shaft.
That's right.
Adding the 8.5, the pinion is longer than the one in the 7.5. So I did have to get another shortened drive shaft. And maybe before this thing goes back together, we may be swapping out that gas tank to a fuel cell. This thing is planning on going on a road trip. That gas tank's awful small.
This is a very small tank. If I had to guess, 9-10 gallons perhaps.
Yeah,
maybe not even that.
That would probably want to get you out of the state.
Probably won't get you out of the state. Cheap on the fill up though. And finally, part 3 of this video, I'm going to touch on the Trans Am, on its progress. I have painted it black, and I have the engine back from the machine shop. And here it is painted. What I'm using is a single stage paint, no clear coat, just base coat, no clear coat. So I do need to do another coat of paint, just so I can have some material to sand and buff on. And here's what I'm using is Duplicolor's paint shop system in jet black. And here's a 389 back from the machine shop. I've installed the crankshaft, mains are torqued, and freeze plugs are installed. I'm still got to press one piston on. I was able to get 7, but not the 8th one, so it came in late. So here it is. I just need to press him onto the rod. I'll show you that process the next time. Okay, with that, this will give you an idea of where we're at with our project cars. And don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next time.